I don't need you. I don't need anything. Let's do it. And Diana Seacon, that we know nothing about our legal system. Hey, Aaron. Mm-hmm. Do I? Maybe we need to do a live show. That would be fun. So I was going to tell you that I did a recording for a work thing today. It was a video recording, and he asked me to introduce myself, and I had to think about it for a minute. Wait, I mean what I mean is I'm Diana Seacon from Here is my title that I cannot say in the first try and what I do here. I did. I don't know why this made me happy, but it did. I learned this week that the red star that's the symbol of Macy's, the department store, it was based upon the tattoo of the founder. Yeah. So Roland Hussey Macy was a whaler before he was a merchant. And at one point, he got lost at sea, but he found his way with a star to guide him back to shore. And after that, he got a star tattoo. And when he started his dry goods store in New York in 1858, he adapted that star as the corporate logo. I thought it was cool not only because it's a good story, but it's been the same logo for damn near 200 years. And he had a tattoo in 1858. So, yeah. No, that seems familiar, but I would also like to point out that those like barn stars have gotten to be really popular tattoos. Also popular on suburban homes, which I find disturbing. But but I also feel like it probably goes with your mom's decor. Whereas when you have a 1970s split level, less so. So, Aaron, now that you've learned about my feelings about barn stars, that's right. Did you learn anything this week? Ooh. That they're adorable and you can hold them at Rosedale? Oh. Huh. Yeah. Can I have one of those? Google knows you. But mm, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Fucking Wisconsin. Are the requirements they're cute and I want one? This is really harshing my mellow. I don't yet, but I am definitely going to be getting one post haste. Oh, yeah, I haven't even told Liam yet about it because, I need to do other things today. Oh, yes. No, I'm definitely going to buy the season pass. That sounds amazing. Yay, they're so cute. Mm. At the Seavers Corn Maze a few years ago when we were down there, they had a little petting zoo. They do every year, but that year we went into it. And they had kangaroos, not great big ones, but I think like baby and teenage kangaroos. And you could pet them, and they are so soft, which I didn't expect. I thought they'd be coarse, and they're so soft. Yeah. That's adorable. Did you post the picture of Sophie with the wallaby on the Crime Crazy socials? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew I saw it, but I couldn't remember which one it was on. All right, you need to do that. It's so adorable, you guys. We sure did. I feel like the fact that we are excited about tattoos and animals pretty much sums things up. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. All right, but before the murder, allegedly, I want to let you know that Crime Crazy is sponsored by Dave Hat. Show sponsors support Crime Crazy through Patreon at the $10 per month level or above. Thank you. A special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support Crime Crazy, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/crimecrazypod. All patrons get a monthly shout out on the show and maybe a little something more. I don't know. Should I? I've been coy with people all day because of this work project that we're doing. And now I feel like it's just invaded my life where I'm going to answer every question with, well, you're just going to have to wait and see. All right, fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Yes, they are adorable. I maybe handed them out to my entire family and a few coworkers. Yes. And if you left it on a platform other than iTunes, let us know so that we can start figuring out how to collect those. Yes. Absolutely. We are happy to send them out. Uh, I'm willing to go to Canada too because I just happen to have some Canadian stamps around. the fact that the fact that I have Canadian relatives is working out for our Canadian listeners. So I have some shout outs for reviews and just want to reiterate, if you email us your address, we will send you stickers too. So we got reviews from Audrey2. I see what you did there. Feed me Seymour. We got a review from NYC Forever Lad. We got a review sneaking in under the recording wire from Casey Miller 2372. We have a couple of new recommendations on Facebook. One from Devin Nighthorse. One from Gina Rose. And although this is not a review, I would like to send a special shout out to friend and fan Susan because it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Susan. I bet you're not going to listen to it till after, so I hope it was wonderful. Aaron, I don't know if you know this, but you built us a new website. It is so pretty, you guys. You need to go check it out. There are links to our episodes. There are links to our social medias. There are adorable pictures of the two of us. There is a contact us form. Most importantly, Aaron, we were able to create email addresses, so you can now reach us at Diana@crimecrazy.com or Aaron@crimecrazy.com, or if you have something you want both of us to see, undeclared eggplant at crimecrazy.com. So please check out our new website, get in touch with us, let us know if you've left reviews, and also follow us on all the social medias at crimecrazypod. At crimecrazypod. But if you forget that, just go to our website because it's awesome. Thank you, Aaron. It's amazing. Which you will be happy to know has appreciated 100 times in value. I do have a story for you. I am too. Last week on Crime Crazy, I talked about the murder of the Wolf family in North Dakota. Jacob Wolf, his wife, and 5 of his 6 daughters were murdered by their neighbor after confrontation about a dog biting a cow went terribly, terribly wrong. The only survivor was 8-month-old Emma because the killer didn't know she was in the house. So today we're going to talk about a more modern crime where the child is the only survivor. It starts out tragic, but then it gets weird. No, just weird. It starts out real bad, and there's not much more bad to go. All right. The Romero Martinez family lived in a mobile home in Loganville, Georgia, which is an unincorporated suburb of Atlanta, and consisted of Father Martin Romero, Mother Isabel Martinez, they were both 33, and 5 children, Isabella, who was 10, Diana, who was 9, Dakota, who was 7, Dylan, who was 4, and Axel, who was 2. They had just moved into that neighborhood earlier the year we're going to talk about, and by all accounts, they fit in really well. They hosted several barbecues. Isabel was regarded as a happy person. She was a stay-at-home mom. She was regarded as a good mom. And the local after-school program director said that the kids who attended the program, so the older three, were sweet kids, great kids. But things got rough after Isabel's father died, and she wasn't able to go back to Mexico for his funeral. She was very upset about that. Neighbors said that she started acting differently and that she was a lot meaner. She said that she kept seeing things. So it was maybe in an effort to help Isabel feel better, the family went on a long weekend to the beach in Savannah, Georgia, in early July of 2017. But that trip didn't go well. Isabel said that she felt a demonic spirit inside of her and became convinced that the waves would steal her children. She asked her husband to take them all home, which he did. Isabel seemed normal. There was no fighting between her and her husband on the way home from the trip. Everything seemed fine. About 5 a.m. on July 6th, Gwinnett County Police responded to a 911 call at the Romero Martinez home. When they arrived, they entered a bloody scene and found the bodies. Martin Romero, along with 4 of the 5 children, had been stabbed to death. 9-year-old Diana was critically injured. Within hours, Isabel Martinez was arrested and booked into the Gwinnett jail, and police indicated that there were no other suspects. She was charged with 5 counts of malice murder, 5 counts of murder, and 6 counts of aggravated assault. She was also placed on an immigration hold because at that time they were not sure that she was in the country legally. According to 9-year-old Diana, the attack came out of nowhere. The rest of the family was sleeping when she saw her mother grab a knife from the kitchen, and she came for Diana. Isabel told Diana to forgive her and that she loved her and that she was going to the sky to see Jesus. When Diana said that she didn't want to go see Jesus, Isabel again told her to forgive her and that she loved her, and then she stabbed Diana repeatedly. She then... Yeah, and apparently she was calm the whole time. Yep, absolutely. She then stabbed Axel and Isabella, and then she took Diana into her father's room to show him what she'd done to their children. He then went to the living room and tried to get help, but as he made his way to the door, Isabel started stabbing him as well. She then stabbed Dylan and then carried him into the living room to be with the rest of the family, and then she called the police herself. According to Isabel, a family friend that she couldn't name, but that had full access to the house, came in and killed her family. The friend used a black knife that she'd never seen before, but was definitely from their house. She didn't know how he got inside, or how he managed to get out before the police arrived. She said that this friend took advantage of her because he knew that Isabel was going through things with her father. She insisted that she was innocent. So she was arrested. I don't know if I got there. She was arrested. She's in jail. This is her story. She insisted that she was innocent and that the truth will come to light. She further said that she couldn't accept guilt because if she was guilty, she wouldn't be as calm as she was. But she did know that most of her family was dead. No, I mean, I lose fractions at a time, and I'm very upset. It's... On July 7th, so the day after all the stabbing, Isabel Martinez made her first public appearance in court, and it was weird. Yeah. During the hearing, she smiled, and she waved her arms, and she gave a thumbs up. There is video of this, by the way, if you want to look it up. It's weird. She doesn't look like she's a big woman. Like, she seems short, and she's a little bit round. And she's got a bit of a hair situation going on. But she looks like she's waving to friends in the crowd. No, but she's giving thumbs up. There was one point where she made a gesture like she was going to hug people. It was weird. She acted out to the extent that the judge warned her against making a show for the cameras, and at one point told her to just stop talking. She also talked non-fucking stop. No, not even a little bit. When she was offered a public defender, she said that her attorneys are the people and her faith. She repeatedly refused legal help through her translator because she doesn't speak very good English. And on the way out of the courtroom, she said, "For me, the hope and the attorneys are always going to be the people and my faith. Those are my attorneys. That is why I am here. Nothing else matters. I am representing the people that are humble, hardworking, the people who suffer, and those who have a lot of charges so they understand everything is possible with God." No, I copied it verbatim from the newspaper. It was also determined during that hearing that she was in the country illegally. I don't know whatever happened with that. Isabel initially pled not guilty, because, friend. But at some point while awaiting trial, she changed her plea to guilty but mentally ill. Yeah. And earlier this year, she was sentenced to life with the possibility of parole on the 5 murder counts, 20 years for the aggravated assault, and 1 month on an additional third-degree child cruelty charge. All sentences are to be served concurrently, and there's no word on when she might be eligible for parole or if she's getting any of the mental help she so desperately, clearly needs. So they didn't go into this as much as I would like. There was some pretty decent local coverage on this case. And this is what I was telling you about this morning that I was actually a little bit surprised that we hadn't heard about. Although now that I think about it, I didn't see any national coverage, not even any AP on it. But when she went into the first hearing and she pled not guilty and she repeatedly refused legal help, which apparently doesn't mean you don't get any. It just means you're unhappy about it. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so at that time, there was no psych evaluation that was ordered. And it was never mentioned again whether that happened, whether, she just changed her plea. It's not, she didn't go to trial, none of this came through. So I don't know, was it more of a temporary thing and now she's more in control of her faculties and her legal team is saying, there's no fucking way we can get you out of this? Right. And I don't want to make broad generalizations, but I don't know if Georgia is the most progressive when it comes to mental health treatment, especially for convicted felons. Mm. I don't either, and they didn't talk about that. There were really only 2 mentions of her documentation status. One, when she was initially arrested, and they were like, brown person who doesn't speak very good English, clearly she's here illegally. And then they said that they were able to confirm that she was undocumented within a couple of days, which seems awfully quick, to be perfectly honest. But there were also some discrepancies. She said when she was asked about her immigration status that she had come to Georgia 12 years ago, or she'd come to the United States 12 years ago and she'd always lived in Georgia, but neighbors said that they had just moved from Chicago. The, what is it? Is it ICE or I don't know who's doing all the horrible things these days. They weren't at all able to figure out how long she'd been there. She was a stay-at-home mom, so she may not have had like an employment record. So I don't know, and I don't know what the arrangement between the U.S. and Mexico. She's a convicted felon in the U.S. Does that mean that she'll serve her time here and then they'll boot her back to Mexico if the political landscape doesn't change? Is she actually here just fine and that was dropped? I don't know. I mean, we let lots of Nazis be citizens. So, I don't know. Yeah. So that's my story. That was unintentional. Although, she, by the way, made a recovery. She is doing fine. She's living with an aunt and uncle who pledged to immediately get her into a whole bunch of therapy. So hopefully they did that. I would also like to point out that my grandma's name was Isabel. She's been dead since 87, and I've been through lots of therapy, but not because of that. Yeah. So, Erin, do you have a story for me? Yay! Right. Oh, man, if you're on the lam, you gotta drive better. Ooh. Holy shit. It sure did. I wasn't ready for that. Oh my. Yeah? The fuck? Good job, Texas. But was he of normal intelligence? Because, I mean, you have to be below normal to get executed in Texas, apparently. Well, yeah, that too. Right. That's a long commute for a PO meeting. Ooh. We should do a chili cook-off at work. That sounds delicious. We we actually did one a few years ago and it was delicious. Okay. I'm ready for you to ruin chili for me. No. Wait. I mean, I'm not in the dating pool, but I feel like if I ever go back in, I once served time for killing my daughter is an automatic, is it swiping left that's the bad one? I would do that. Like, I might delete the app from my goddamn phone. Oh, certainly not. I would also not ever talk to them again. Right. Not better. But didn't they talk? I mean, I feel like I'd be one of those murder suicide people. Was the baby named Beryl? Cheryl? God. Well, how is there no evidence? It's a 3-month old. Was he running around with the wrong crowd? Good God. Oh, goody. Oh, that's a compost thing. Not in the recycling. It's just you're sorting bad. Ugh. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Mm, sure. Uh-huh. We have a serial killer on our hands. Hmm. No. Hmm. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah. Oh, God. Mm. Holy shit. This is an octopus. So I have a question. But first, a comment, which is, oh shit. But the question is, how was the light bulb not broken? I can barely get it out of my kitchen cabinet without breaking, let alone shove it in an orifice with force. Oh, wow. I haven't yet. Mhm. 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 That right. So wait, let's go back to Rocky, the dad who wrote a porno here. He had at least one child. Right. Okay, because I was gonna say anybody any younger than me would have had a father in the room when they're being born, and there is a lot of talk about the cervix during that whole situation. I'm guessing. Yeah. and, and apparently not with my child is what you're saying. Yeah, no, we're trying real hard to learn the right things. Somebody's getting sloppy. You, you've heard the quote from Ted Bundy. Oh, I'd have to tell the jury they're wrong. I forget the exact words, but it's something like, for your first murder, you plan really meticulously, and by the 15th, like, you forgot to bring the monkey wrench. Like, you just, yeah, you biff it. I also probably entirely misquoted that, but it's somewhere in there that you do it so often that you forget parts. Yes, that was amazing. I mean, you did. Oh, that's right. I don't know that it was a wardrobe malfunction. I think it was an errand malfunction. Yeah, somewhere in there. Oh, Jesus. Yes. people. Right. Well, and it's the 90s. There's no DNA database. We just didn't have the tools we have now. Oh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Oh God. Mm-hmm. Oh. That is a departure. Oh. How many are we up to now? And how many in 91? Like, he is in berserker mode. I feel like that is maybe the most in the least amount of time that I've heard from a serial killer. That's pretty extensive. Well, right, but 8 in a year. Like, that is excessive. Mm. Oh, was that his hauling device? Because he had moved, it sounds like, a couple of the bodies at least. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good job, Mom and Dad Suff. Yeah. Haha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Very Kemper-like. cooling off. Typical serial killer. Cooling off and then that berserker mode. I'm sure she had considered it prior to those 10 minutes. But I feel that. They're definitely like, I am not okay with the death penalty. But there are some people I'd make an exception for. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The son of Sam Laws. Mm-hmm. Yep. I thought it was just automatically distributed to the victims. The victims actually have to sue? That's shitty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and against a lawyer and his lawyers. I'm sure he did everything exactly by the loophole. Mm. It was boobs. Ugh. Also, wouldn't that just add a lot of grease to the chili? Mm. Right. It's not good eating. No, because he wasn't cutting into the chest wall, right? It was just taking the breast off. Yeah, no, that's just all fat and weird shit. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the way I've been making it. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip that one because I do have boob to spare, but willing not to take care of myself. Like, if they need to come off, I'd like a licensed professional to be involved. That was at least a good time. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not very good. Yeah. Yeah. It brought him down. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Was there any word on, like, because looking especially at those 91 killings, like, he was definitely in berserker mode, which, again, can explain some of the not being very careful. Like, oh, god damn it, I lost my thought again. Oh, was there any talk from people that were around him about whether or not he was acting like a weirdo during that time or if everything was just dandy? Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was just thinking about how I find it so interesting that people around don't pick up on these things. And I wonder if it's that, are people really good manipulators or are people just not observant? And then it occurred to me that lots of people who don't know me very well think I'm a nice person. So. Oh, man. So much learning today. That is crazy. And I had not heard of him actually. He was new to me. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. That is nice. Especially when you're dealing with ladies like those that have had problems with sex and that have engaged in sex work, like you don't always get that. Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Well, also, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Jesus. Yeah. I think it might not be a thing. I feel like it was overturned because I think Manson was supposed to. Hold on. I'm looking it up because now I'm curious. So California technically has the death penalty. However, this year the governor put a moratorium on it. Well, also, there's still federal death penalty. So, yep. So right now it looks like there are 4 states with a governor-imposed moratorium. There are I have to math 26 states either without the death penalty or where it was abolished or overturned. Well, in every place it was abolished or overturned. Minnesota got rid of the death penalty in 1911. And then 30 states that do still have the death penalty, including California, technically. The government. Right, yeah, no. And no. The government doesn't get to make those decisions. Isn't it interesting? And I'm going to, if you're a white man, you can go ahead and turn this off because you're not going to like me in a minute. Isn't it interesting that, oh man, I lost it. This week, I swear. Well, it was really good too. It'll come back. Probably too late. For another couple minutes. Mm-hmm. Me too. You know, we talk a lot about murder. Like a lot about murder. Almost, yeah. And, you know, we talk about it so much, and it's in kind of the pop culture so much that we forget that it's a relatively rare occurrence. But do you know what isn't a relatively rare occurrence? Traffic accidents. So even if you're not on the lam, just be safe on the roads, please. Yeah. Yeah. Don't make illegal U-turns. Yeah, I mean, mostly make sure nobody else is around, and also that, you know, you're not about to be nailed for just a whole lot of killing. Right, but I'm trying to, like, you always say how I don't have a moral compass, so I'm trying not to make it only be a safe driver if you're a fucking criminal. I would like all of our fans to be safe drivers. I, I do, my moral compass is occasionally unstuck. Call your people. Well, and who were never reported missing except for one. Even your weird criminal relatives, like, check up on them once in a while. Yeah. And don't end up on next week's episode.